I'll share with you about what it means to be 60 and what a great feeling I had when I got up that day. I really didn't think I would ever expect I was going to get up and really be in awe. Really in awe of being 60. And feeling so good, because life can be really good when you have the right mindset. And I really believe that God put your mind at the top of your body to govern all. He didn't place it on your elbow or on your knee. He put it right at the top, just like at the summit of the mountain.
Right.
There you are.
1982 right here?
On the left. When I was 33 years old. Very unhealthy, working 11 at night till 7 in the morning at the hospital.
Yeah.
And I have failed thyroid since I was 13, which is really unusual. Most thyroids fail.
So do you mind saying how much you weighed in
200.
that? 200.
Well documented.
And then 8 months later.
Yeah, I had lost 80 pounds. Now remember, this isn't about weight, it's about wellness.
Yeah.
A lot of people get the W's mixed up. What's real wellness, as far as being well and healthy. And wellness has so many avenues. It comes from within. It's a lifestyle, it's a feeling, it's really learning to like yourself. And we're taught in the media, and I'm not saying, the newspaper in particular, but we are really taught not to like ourselves. We're taught to like a false image. Be this thin, with everything that's in those magazines. Or, you gotta get up, you gotta go to the gym, and you gotta have a platinum membership. No, you don't. The cavemen didn't have a platinum membership to Gold's Gym. They had rocks, and they'd pick up the boulders. They used their bodies. And for years I lectured, and I told people, if you go to Africa, the oldest grandparent has a jug of water, and they walk, and they're straight, and they're erect. They're not hunched over, not walking, they're not kyphosis.
Yeah.
And people's posture, everybody walks, they're like they're beaten down in life, and they walk like this, and after a while, they have kyphosis, hunchback, and they're walking. If you look at people, just observe. I used to go to the river because I taught race walking, and I'd observe people walking, and most people are walking like this. If you see them in industry, they're walking looking down. You should walk parallel. I don't mean you have to walk like you're in the military, but bring the chin up, and everything just falls into place. And it's a feeling, it's a state of mind. So most people just, every day they have in the wrong state of mind.
Karen Faye, who, and I'm in the journalism business, so I'm not allowed to lie, is 60 years old. And I have to say congratulations, because you don't look 60 years old.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I've worked hard at it, not looking 60.
What was it like on the day that you turned 60?
Well, can I start 5 minutes before I turned 60? And
Sure.
I worked at my day job. I have 2 jobs, and I worked at my day job, and then I have a girlfriend that is just like a sister to me. I never had a sister, and she's here at the beach. And we went out to eat. And then I came home, and I thought about, I'm going to be 60. I'm going to be 60. And I had planned for this day, actually for several years, what I was going to do on my 60th birthday. So time ticked on, and I looked at the clock, and it was 5 minutes of 12. And I went upstairs to the 4th floor, and I went up to my bedroom, and I stood there, and it was almost like I was panic-stricken, because I said, I've got 5 minutes left to be in my 50s, to be 59 years old. And then the clock, I've waited for this day for a long time, the clock is going to tick, and it's going to hit 12 o'clock, and I'm going to be 60. And I thought, I have to do something. I have to do something. And honest to God, John, it just hit me. And please don't take this the wrong way. I understand the way this was meant. I stood in my bedroom all alone, and I took all my clothes off, and I said, I am standing against the world the way I came into this world. And then I put on what I wanted to put on, what felt good to me, what was familiar to me, what made me feel good. And I dressed myself in just simply what made me feel good. And that was very symbolic of shedding 60 years of life, pain, sorrow, as we all go through, watching my husband suffer and die, my parents young, all of that sort of thing, worrying about things against life. Because for this next 40 years, because I am going to live to be 100, it was going to be on my terms, and all the things that I was accepting into my life was going to be on my terms. And I shed all of those things and discarded them that weren't important and put on what was important. And that's how I started being 60. And I felt instantly very transformed. I went to bed, and when I got up in the morning, I had a plan as to what time I was going to leave my house and drive that coastal route up to Newcastle. And I can't tell you how happy I was. I was so overjoyed at feeling good and feeling this way, because life has made 60 seem like it's some horrific, horrible number, and it really isn't. It's very different. It's very different from what it used to be. And it doesn't have to be that you're broken down or you're elderly or you're ready for the orthopedic chair. It's the beginning of life, and life on your terms. And driving the coastal route, I felt like a patient that was dying and seeing the earth for the last time. I was so happy to look at everything that I've looked at for thousands and thousands of times. The ocean, the grass, the flowers, the buildings that I've seen time and time again for 10 years. And I was very emotional. I started to cry, and I was just very, very happy. So I pulled into the Wentworth, and I checked in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and by 7:15 I was on the treadmill. And I did my first exercise of 60 different exercises. I spent 60 minutes on the treadmill. Then I got off and immediately did 60 push-ups, 60 sit-ups, and 60 lunges. And then from that point on, I did 54 more exercises, 60 reps each, to signify being 60 years old. It was 2.5 hours of non-stop fitness. My son said, "Mom, most people don't do that amount of fitness in 5 years." And I completed everything I wanted to do. There were only 2 exercises that I had to stop and take a break. The others I completed without stopping, and one of them was the was the push-ups. I always stop at 30 and rest, and then do 30 more. And I can't remember what the other one was.
I'm laughing because that's a lot. 30.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And I still do them. But I also did them for 60 days. I did 60 push-ups, 60 sit-ups, and 60 lunges for 60 days. 50 days before I turned and 10 days after. And the funny thing is, John, when I was doing them at work, we have a fitness center, and when I would go in every morning at 9 o'clock on my break and do those, I had more and more and more people joining me. It was unbelievable. It was like magnetic. And they would come in, and these were young women and guys that would want to do it, and they just joined me, and we did all these exercises. It was amazing. So from doing the exercises, I finished at 9:45 in the morning, and I went and took a shower, and then I had a massage. And then I took myself out by the pool at the spa, spent the whole day there, packed all kinds of clothes and different things, and I bought myself a healthy lunch, and I started to write some memoirs of what I've learned in 60 years. And then I went in the steam room, I had a facial, took another shower, and got dressed, went to the hairdressers, and had a party that night, and then we went dancing. So it was like nonstop all day, and it's still a beautiful feeling. I still have a great feeling.
That sounds like the best 60th birthday that anybody has ever had.
Amazing, amazing.
But you chose to make it that way.
Thank you.
It was a conscious choice that you made.
Yeah, it was a conscious choice.
And that other people can make, or could make.
Everyone can make that choice, John. That birthday celebration doesn't just belong to me, it belongs to everybody. But some people choose to put, to drink, or to eat chocolate sundaes or something. It's my birthday. I chose to improve myself and challenge myself. That was a big challenge, doing all those exercises. And, I'm nothing special. I'm the girl next door. I'm just like anybody else. But I also chose to reflect and really see what I've learned, and also what I haven't learned, because there's a lot more living, and I really have to learn more lessons.
Well, I go along with everything you just said, except the part where you said that I'm nothing special. So I don't agree with that.
Really, I'm not. I
don't think our readers will think you're nothing special either. Thanks for having me here.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming.